What's up, bitches? Let's record a podcast. Brandon Lynette here, your host of Listen Bitch. Make sure you are subscribed so you never miss an episode. I want you to jump into my support group on Facebook called Listen Bitch. Let me know what platform you heard me on. I know that my audience is growing and that is super exciting. It is Microdose Monday and we are going to talk microdose. I'm going to share a little bit of an email I got from a friend who tuned into one of my Microdose Monday podcasts and jumped into the experience of microdosing. So let me just get the housekeeping out of the way. BrandonLynette.com, you guys can subscribe to emails. And then onceuponatimebitches.com, you can pick up the books. Make sure you guys are following me on YouTube. I'm new over there, the new kid on the block. I think we had 2 or 3 videos post last week. And then as I remember, I am posting shorts over there as well. So jump in over there. Let me tell you a little bit about my friend, not using any names, but this podcast is for you if you've got a demanding job, maybe demanding responsibilities as a parent, maybe the pressure you're dealing with, the expectations of other people. This is all weighing heavy on you. You're heading straight for a burnout. What can help? What can help? This is exactly what my friend was struggling with. And exactly what she needed was a way for her brain to have new neural pathways for the communication signals to reroute and not fall into that rut. Okay. Not fall into burnout, but actually have a different way of communicating with itself. That way you're not feeling stuck. You're not feeling overwhelmed. It's really weird being mindful that there's a camera in front of me because I talk with my hands a lot. So that's very distracting because I throw them everywhere. Like I just, what the fuck? What the fuck do I do with my hands, you guys? Um, anyway, so my friend here, she has been dealing with a grind for over 30 years. Um, she's overweight, didn't have any energy and no drive or motivation to do anything. Um, this was her experience. I had her go through the questions of how you felt and then versus how do you feel. So if you can relate to anything that she's feeling, we need to have the conversation about the microdosing. She did try antidepressants. They did not help her. In fact, they contributed to all the things that were helping her to pack on the weight. Um, so she just really wanted a way to rewire her brain. She heard about microdosing on my podcast, gave it a try. And what do you know? Her brain got better because that's exactly what the psilocybin does is that it creates new pathways in your brain to get out of the rut. Like it gives you a chance to jump off of the roller coaster, okay? Or the spinny wheel or whatever the fuck you're in right now. You step outside of that and you have a different perspective. So it was about 2 weeks. She lost 15 pounds, a whole new person. She started being passionate about her job and she didn't get a new job, you guys. She's still at the same place. Um, and people are asking her now what she's doing because they see these results in her. They see her mood is boosted. Um, and so she's actually sharing the microdose love, which I love because that is the reason I have Microdose Monday. I think a lot of people just need to be informed about what it is that psilocybin does. And I did get permission from her to be able to share this experience with you guys. So outside of giving her name, I just want to say thanks, babe, for letting me share your journey. And, she's still semi new to this experience, but the changes are immediate. So what she felt wasn't, it wasn't day one, all of a sudden you feel different. It was an entire shift in the way her brain is responding and the way she would proceed. And that's what psilocybin does. So if you're struggling, if you need that mood booster, if you are, feeling like Groundhog Day, ideally, that's kind of the experience I had was just every day was the same. What was there to look forward to? And the more you get inside your head, the less connected you feel to everything around you. And then you're training your brain to continue to respond in this default mode of just however it reacted, it's going to continue to react like that because it thinks that's what you want. It's like we've trained our brain to just stay in robot mode and to stay in autopilot. And even when we're not having a great time, we could be consciously aware that we don't like how we're responding. We don't like how we're feeling. We don't like how we're acting. But then every single day, what do we prove to be true? We just keep responding the same way. That's not your fault. Okay. So you can have an awareness that something needs to change, and still there's got to be a physical change in your body. And I love psilocybin in the way that it will do that. It creates neural pathways. It's been shown scientifically. Light up your brain on the screen, and you can see it working immediately to create new connections, new communications for your brain to be able to work through and process. You see things differently. You start to feel more connected with everything around you. You kind of get outside of your problems. And I feel like the more we're in our head, the more we stay, you know, trapped within, problems look a lot bigger. So you keeping this shit to yourself, carrying the weight of this and not having an outlet or having a way to even communicate this. And I've done the antidepressants, and it's not helping you process the emotions. So psilocybin has been an incredible way for people to just be able to experience the emotion without becoming the emotion. It's a mood booster. It's 100% a mood booster, giving you that different perspective. If you are, today's podcast, we'll just talk about ways to boost your mood outside of what psilocybin can do for you. I will give you some tips and tricks that I use, even something new that if my kids heard me talking about, they'd be like, oh, because I've nixed it. Okay. I'm not, it's a new thing. I'll just talk to you guys about it. So how can you boost your mood? I know ideally, like, yeah, everybody would say, if I won $1 million, what can I do for you? How can I help you? I need $1 million. I need $1 million. I feel like that would boost anyone's mood. Okay. Absolutely. But we're not all going to win $1 million tomorrow. So how can we wake up and take on the day with a whole different perspective? What are some things we can do to just give us an instantaneous boost? Because there are little things you can do that are going to result in a big mood boost, because your mood is a result of your thinking, your attitude, your physiology. All of this is accessible with the stuff I'm going to talk about here. A good mood is important to have a good day. And I feel like as a creator, okay, we're creating our reality. We are choosing what we're doing. We choose how we spend our time. We choose how we set ourselves up for the future. We are literally creating our reality every single day, including with what your perspective is, all of this. So absolutely waking up in a good mood is key, but it doesn't always happen. I get that. Or you might wake up and you're the person that, you stub your toe and you get pissed off. How do you flip the script on this? Number one, I could tell you this, and this is another eye roll my whole family would actually probably give. Okay. Water. I feel like starting your day off with hydration is important. I have different headphones in today, so I hope that the sound is good for you guys. I did a sound check and it sounded okay, but I have the AirPods in and not the AirPod Max or whatever. So I can hear a lot of background, and I hear a lot of background. So I hope you guys can't hear that. But anyway, hydrating, okay? Few things can bring down your mood physically, like being dehydrated, okay? You may not be thirsty all the time, but my daughter is texting me. See, I'm a squirrel. That's why recording video is so awkward for me. It's awkward. Drink a fucking glass of water, okay? I promise you're going to feel better. It's like an instantaneous mood booster. That is the first thing I do in the mornings is I drink 32 ounces of water. Boom, I slam it. I've got my supplements in there, my mood boosters, my neurotropics, my brain food. 4 days a week, we've got psilocybin in there, because it's important to take that on an empty stomach. And as your psilocybin coach, I do walk you through that process. Okay, so you're safe. You're in good hands. I tell you all the things. And then, obviously my weight loss supplements that we all know have been working dreamily. but drink that water. It's really important. Another thing that you guys are probably going to love, okay, is chocolate. Literally, it's science again, okay? This is the science version episode of Brandon's podcast. We're talking about sciencey shit. Real studies have been done on how chocolate lights up the pleasure centers of your brain, okay? Now, being pissed off is not an excuse to eat the pound of chocolate, okay? But a little bit could do a lot of good, okay? Um, and I recommend dark chocolate, like cacao, like real pure, like the dark shit. My kids call it poison chocolate, but it is a mood booster and it does other really good things for your body. So just I keep these Ghirardelli squares in my fridge, or I've been trying to, since my son's been eating chocolate, dark chocolate too. It doesn't last very long, but it's a go-to that I keep in the fridge. So I just grab a square whenever I might be feeling sour. Um, Another mood booster, you guys, and I love this one. I want this to be something that you guys practice every day. And I know, I talked about it. I challenged you this weekend to kind of just have a different perspective. Um, it's that gratitude. We are just taking for granted how much we have. We overlook all of the great things that we are surrounded by. Okay. So just honestly, instead of getting lost in the negatives at what you don't have or what's going wrong, take some time out and actually consider perspective of what is going right, what looks good in your life. What are the things you have that you're grateful for? We are so stuck on this destination. We are so stuck on this success. We are so stuck on the next thing that we fail to realize most of the shit we have right now is shit that we prayed for a while back. Like, how many of you are parents that went through the process of actually actively praying for your kids and you wanted them to be happy and healthy? And here you are, your kids are, driving you fucking crazy. But when's the last time you were just thankful that you genuinely had them? We have so many things that, think about your experience of buying your first house and now where are you living? Are you in your first house? You're making it happen. Are you, did you level up to a different house? Find the things that you're grateful for. And it is literally sometimes just a body scan for me that makes me feel good, where I go through the process of how are you feeling? What's going on? How's your body? I go through the whole experience. Like, how do my feet feel? How are my legs feeling? I'm very mindful about my brain and my heart coherence. Okay. Are they working together so that I'm in alignment? Because it affects your vibration. Your energy output is affected by what's going on inside. So if I'm a mess inside, I know my energy's squirrely and that doesn't feel sound for anyone. So I try to be very mindful that I'm in alignment. I've had my conversation with God. I'm like, this is what you need to take off my plate. I can't handle it. Um, just being very present and aware. Okay. Listen to your favorite song. Okay. I'm not talking about a sad song that's going to keep you in that sad space feeling sorry for yourself. I'm talking about something upbeat and positive. My kids last week, the girls, we did a dance party almost every day that week. And it's just one of those things, like, if they are out of control, acting squirrely, or maybe they're stressed out, school is just like too much that day. Um, it takes 1 second. I throw on fucking Brass Monkey on the radio, okay? Or as my daughter calls it, Grass Monkey, okay? Brass Monkey, we throw that jam on, we let our arms and legs flail, and we go crazy and jump around and dance, It changes the mood profusely. It's a huge impact, okay? Music has a powerful impact on your mood, and you know this. I think everybody feels better after they play that song. And your song, you need to find it if you don't have it. What is your quick go-to? This is going to change my mood song. What is that for you? Find it, make a list, keep it handy, put it on the top of your Spotify. Okay. Something that is really underused, you guys, and it gives you this huge release of endorphins when it happens. I wish you guys could raise your hand, because do you know what I'm talking about? It's a hug. Find someone close to you. I have 100 kids, so I hug kids. And if it's not kids, it's a naked raw chicken cat and I squeeze them. Okay. Literally, you get that huge release of endorphins and that feels amazing. Why are we not utilizing how important hugs are? And that's the first thing I'll do if I'm feeling overwhelmed or just, you know, I just need that mood boost. I definitely get into the arms of my husband if he's here. If I am just looking to regulate myself. I squeeze the kids, whatever that is. Okay. Another thing that's really key in how to boost your mood is just going for a walk. Okay. So if you're overwhelmed and, especially as a stay at home mom, if everything's just piling up and it's all crazy, laundry, dogs barking, kids fighting, all the things, I'm like, all right, let's go for a walk. We get outside, 10, 15, 20 minutes. That's all it takes. And suddenly I have a different perspective. I can come back in and I can tackle whatever it is I need to do. You know, you want a bigger boost? Why don't you skip around? You guys see that. Be like a kid, man. Kids are free, and my kids never just walk. Okay. There's always some kind of shenanigans, skipping, doing whatever. Do it. Okay. It's going to light you up a lot. Um, Thinking about, just a positive memory, really taking yourself in the experience, remembering the sounds, the smells, maybe a taste, something that isn't going to make you sad, but is actually a joyful memory. Okay. Make it as realistic as you can, kind of take yourself there. Um, Another way, and this is your whole physiology. Okay. You want to breathe. Your breathing pattern affects your moods. And this is another thing that we take for granted. We're not mindful about how we're breathing. And everyone's mouth breathing, you guys. No. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And you've got to be mindful of that. People are just consistently, I watch people now because I'm aware of it. Everybody's a mouth breather. And it's not okay. Okay. It changes your health and the way that getting your blood fully oxygenated. You need the deep in through your nose kind of breathing. And there is, as much as I remember, I do it every day. I do a mindful, breathing moment where I'm slowing my heart rate intentionally. I slow down my thoughts, and I just make sure I'm hitting the pattern of breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth. Um, and this is the silly one I was talking about, you guys, that my kids would be like, "What?" I've never allowed gum, okay? Because number one, I would find it everywhere and it drove me crazy. Number two, I know that, T&J and all this shit, it just fucks with your shit. And it's blah, okay? I've always been blah about gum. I don't know why. It's weird because I grew up with my parents always chewing it. Everybody's always chewing gum. I always used to chew gum. Um, I haven't done it for decades, okay? And having kids, I definitely am not the mom that's buying the gum. It's a treat for them, for sure. But lately I've been chewing gum. I read this stupid article once and it talked about how to kind of stay in the present moment. It was someone who experienced anxiety and anxious thoughts and anxious feelings. So this is a long time ago, long before I microdosed. But they talked about how it is a great way to redirect your thoughts and to focus your attention. So, little things like when I'm working out, I chew the gum because it kind of keeps me in that present moment and it just changes my focus, right? So I'm chewing the gum. I'm not thinking about the fact I'm dying or these weights are too heavy or, I can't breathe, whatever it is. I've been chewing gum lately and I do genuinely, it changes your mood, brings you to that present moment, it redirects your attention, okay? And it's fucking bubblegum, bitch. Who doesn't have fun chewing bubblegum? You know what I mean? So, yeah, you'll find some of that in my purse more often than not, and, I hide it from the kids, and that's fine. Um, I mean, what's another random ass thing you could do that's gonna boost your mood? I would say sing some silly, happy, crazy song. Or if you're like my husband, you have your favorite songs that you love to sing and you belt it out in the shower and you just feel better. Do that. Do that. Dance like no one's watching. Okay. Your mood is not entirely under the control of your circumstances. Okay. Your mood is not up to luck or other people. It's not entirely in the hands of everything around you. You can control your mood. You can control it effectively. You can control it intentionally. Absolutely, it is under your control. And the food you eat affects your mood. it affects your mood. You are what you eat. If you eat heavy, dense, high calorie food, you're going to be slow and frumpy and blah. That's just the thing. If you eat light and fresh and real and raw, like you're going to feel like an animal and you're going to have the energy and the mood. It affects your mood. I actually have a weight loss support group where I did an entire, month of tons of information. So if you guys want in on that group, just send me a message on some kind of social platform. I don't care where, or you can email me. I'll put you in the group so you can see that. All you have to put in the top is mood. If you literally keyword search mood, you could see how I did the studying of what foods affect your mood and how. Okay. But definitely how you eat matters. And I don't want you guys to take my list and set it in stone. I want you to actively challenge yourself today to think, what are other things that boost my mood? This is just random shit that I use that, makes me feel good. Being able to get a workout in with my husband, and we were supposed to do one today, and I just remembered, shame on us. It's a Sunday and we did not do it. But anyway, babe, we forgot to work out. You didn't bring it up. I'm calling him out. So anyway, I'm not in a bad mood today, but had I been in a bad mood, I know that definitely getting a workout in affects that. So I want you guys to challenge yourself to think of the things that you do to make you feel good and share your experience with me. If you are someone who is microdosing, share your experience with me. I know I do have a lot of beautiful clients out there that are microdosing, and it's all the same story, and it's a beautiful story. It's a gift. I want you guys to share more of this with people. I feel like the more we're talking about it, the more other people realize that, other people are doing it, it seems less scary. I know when, I was first starting, I didn't have anyone to talk to about my experience, just something I'd heard about, and I kind of was on my own. So I've navigated this journey for you guys. And I've done different things just to test the results, to test, to put it to the test. I've done it. I do still have access to a product that made me feel the same effects. Okay. But it's not psilocybin, it's legal. It was actually created by Health Canada. And they make medical claims on this product. Okay. In the United States, that's not legal. There will never be an allowance of medical claims to be made unless it's the FDA and their bullshit agenda that's being fed. You can't make a medical claim on a product that works. So all your fucking vitamins, there's no medical claims allowed. Anything in the supplement section at fucking Walmart, no medical claims allowed. But we know that shit helps, okay? Because we continue to take it. We take the supplements. I believe in natural healing. You can't make medical claims on that. And this product is a natural product. Literally, I've done it more than once just to test it. I still stick to the psilocybin just because it works for me and I have access. But if you don't, and you really do want that change in your life, you do want your brain to have a different response, you want a different perspective, you want to get outside of your head and kind of collapse time on this process. I'm not saying that it doesn't take work for me anymore. It still takes me being in this present moment of awareness to not freak out with anxious feelings, to, not freak out and go down a rabbit hole of issues. I still have to be present with that, but it definitely has made it easier. Okay. It's made it easier for me to face my emotions, to be able to, process things that otherwise would define who I was. And we're all looking for some kind of way to feel connected, to feel a part of something. That's a human innate desire. That is something we are naturally born with, is that, the want, the desire to feel connected. And that's probably the biggest gift I get on microdose days, is that I just suddenly feel connected. And it's like the world, you know, starts moving in my time. Like I control the time now. And all of a sudden I need everything to slow down so I can get all of my tasks done. And it does that. And I'm not even thinking about the time. It's like I just magically paused it. Okay. Whatever that is for you, it works for what you need in that moment. So, all right, you guys, challenge yourself on the things that boost your mood. Let me know some other ideas and tips and tricks. Maybe you have something fun for me that I can share with the audience. But I hope you had a great weekend, and I will see you bitches tomorrow.